that they will die. And we'll start with whoever's got an answer first, really. It is just the three of you, so yeah, feel free to jump in if you've got any idea of how you may die, and then we will jump into the game.
That's a good question.
I already have an answer for once. I imagine them just basically using too much fire and just burning themselves out. If you imagine that, like, just going out in a blaze of glory, or how should I say, just basically like, if you ever seen like the movies where there's like the just fire goes out from everywhere and just they fall over and die. Kinda like that. Or a yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, my character will either never die or will just shrivel as the time goes by until it can no longer keep its form.
I think my character will die in the honor of Freya to protecting the forest and its creatures from harm while putting himself in danger.
Well, let's hope you all survive tonight. Or maybe not.
And if not, I have a few more characters lined up anyway.
Okay. So yeah, welcome. Can we just call you Ember? Is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. And just to confirm, your character's name is pronounced Reefer?
Uh, close enough. It's
More
the
of a Reefer.
yeah, it's the Icelandic translation of fox.
Okay, good. I was at first thought it was a weed joke. It was like, of course, the Druids called himself Reaper. So how do you pronounce?
I am not an Icelandic person, so
Well, then you're the closest.
it's Reivur or some Reivur or something like it. But it's
Reefer.
Look, we're all gonna have to say it. So.
Yeah, Reivur is good, close enough.
Okay, cool. So, as we begin, we'll reveal you on the map as you'll get to know a lot of this world as we go on. But the map that you are currently looking at is of Braudavik and the surrounding forests where the whole campaign has basically been set up until now. But where we join you will be, we'll get to the other two in a moment. But as we join Riva now, I will change the maps, but you will see there up at the top of the map, you are in some pretty dense forest, and currently you are making your way towards a druidic grove. There is a nice secluded part of the forest where some druids come here to offer to give offerings to the gods, and you are currently on your way there to bring a gift to Freya. As you do, perhaps you can embellish on that as much as you like, but as you are approaching this grove, would you please describe your character and tell me what it is you're bringing to offer to Freya?
Yes, Reaver, and looks like a taller man, about let me get his character thing open because I did. Jesus, that's loud.
Oh, sorry.
I need to configure sound settings first because I am not
Yeah, I thought I'd done it for
anything.
everyone. Sorry.
Okay, that's a lot better. Yes. So let me grab his document. There. He is a taller man, about 195 centimeters tall. He has slightly pointed ears, although most of it is covered by a pelt of a Arctic fox that he wears as a hat. He has brown leather armor on, inscribed with runes and symbols of the gods, mostly of Freya and her work. He is light skinned. Yeah, that's basically what he looks like. As for the gift he brought for Freya,
If you'd like to roll a religion check to see what should be brought, you can, but I imagine you've probably got something in mind.
not one two like that, but probably most of the spell components and the for plan. Well, he has spell components by with him, but he has probably the produce of or at least some of the produce that he helped grow with the plant growth spell for a probably a village somewhere, and he has the offerings of fruit and vegetables he managed to grow with the ritual as a token of doing her work and preserving nature and helping people that need it.
Okay, so as you are carrying this towards a small druidic circle, a stone circle up front, you can give me a perception check as you are approaching, making your way through the forest.
DM, I cannot see anything on the map.
Perception will be 16 if it wants to. Game is yeah 16.
Can you see the map, Reba?
Yes, I should be. I'm just in dense forest at the moment. With at I see a circle of with Freya herself.
Yes, so I just want to figure out why the others can't see.
Then
Can you guys hear anything?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, it might.
I can refresh. Try to.
Most likely due to no token on the map, I could imagine.
But can you see coming?
Nope. And neither can I see. I just checked the other screen. Nope.
That's very strange. I don't know why the shared vision isn't working. Sorry. And just give me 1 second. I will fix that. Because otherwise, this is going to be very boring for everyone else. There we go. That help?
Oh, I love this guy's maps. Yes, that helps a lot.
Okay, awesome.
It still says
So
the
yes.
same for me. I still don't have a token.
No. Oh, you cannot see?
Yeah, you shouldn't have a token yet, but you should be able to see it.
If the stream is working, I use the stream for now, but I cannot see anything. It's just black.
It
Okay, maybe
works.
give it a minute to buffer because it is an animated map, so
Yeah, sure.
it might just be taking. But yeah, we know that the other maps work, so it should kick in. Yeah, but for now, as you make that perception check as you're walking up, Reva, you will hear this. It sounds like an argument coming from the circle, and you can kind of hear the trees almost whispering as they. It seems like there's gossip about in the treetops as Odin and Freya both stand in that circle. They seem to be arguing like husband and wife as you you hear Odin saying, Freya, you underestimate their strength. These trials will forge them into powerful allies for Asgard. Aelson's attacks are but a test, a challenge to prepare them for what lies ahead. And you hear her respond as she stares down at him, two Valkyries on either side of her. She looks like she is ready for battle, not like you may have caught glimpses before. She says, Dear husband, I cannot ignore the suffering of these Mordian souls. They're not just pawns in our cosmic games. They are. I worry for my missing sister. The balance of nature is disturbed, and I fear that darker forces may be at play. Are you doing anything as you overhear them talking and they don't seem to have noticed you?
Well, I would make my presence known, but not in a as disturbing factor. More like I am here, and I mean no harm.
Okay. So you're kind of keeping your distance a little bit, but not. Yeah,
It's
you're not actually sneaking around.
Yeah, no, it's a dispute between the gods. I, as a mortal soul, have no business trying to do anything, especially for Lady Freya. So I will make myself known, so they don't suddenly. I don't seem like a spy, but I don't interfere with whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I will say you see there is a wolf on either side of Odin, and the two Valkyries seem to be sort of standing guard there. You get the impression it would probably be very hard to sneak up on them right now, um, and yeah, your presence is most likely known, but you keep a polite distance as they they continue their argument, not seeming to pay you much attention. As Odin continues and says, but it is precisely because the balance is disturbed that these trials are so necessary. We must strengthen the champions of Asgard to face the impending threats. The fate of our entire realm is at stake. You see her furrowing her brow in frustration. She says, but we need not sacrifice them needlessly. We are protectors, not tormentors. Aelson's actions are cruel and they cast a shadow over our realm. And as they go back and forth, you can see that neither of them is really gaining much ground here in this argument. And as their argument rages on, it feels like the trees and yourself just listen in silence as eventually Odin, his resolve unshaken, turns away from her and says, I must take my leave now, but know that this matter remains unresolved. The trials will continue, and you will see a flurry of ravens swarm down from these and just encircle him, and in moments he will be gone.
Okay.
Did he go?
I guess I'll wait until Freya acknowledges me and stay polite.
So as like moments after he leaves, Freya does seem to look up in your direction, and she says, "Don't worry, Reva, I see you there. You may approach. I believe Odin likely knew you were there as well. I'm sure he has his reasons for letting you overhear our conversation. Please, come closer."
I will. The game is still paused, so I don't think I can move. So I will get closer, and I go on one knee and give a bow. Lady Freya, I am here because I have been summoned to the Druid's Grove, and I brought a offering from my last job.
She gives a nod of respect and thanks as she says, "That is much appreciated. I am here in Midgard to find my missing sister, yet I have heard these same calls. I believe Odin may have something planned that involves this place. Strange things have been happening around here. Are these the forests that you usually dwell in?"
Are they?
I mean, that's up to you. Are you from this area, or have you?
I
I
have.
mean, your
I have.
background as a hermit. We haven't gotten into where that
Yeah,
hermitage may.
exactly. I probably not. I have been summoned, so no, these are not my usual grounds. I have been summoned by an old friend.
We'll say sorry. I forgot to preface. That wouldn't have happened yet. This
Oh,
is
wouldn't
about.
have happened yet.
This
Okay.
is actually about 5 days earlier. Sorry, that was entirely
Okay.
my bad. The this would be about 5 days before you actually get that call. So at this point, it would probably be just after your last job or whatever that was that you've found yourself here.
Okay, so then I'm probably heading there for the Druid's Grove to get a meetup with them. I don't know exactly the
Yeah,
reason why, but just
yeah. No, you out here doing druid things.
I'm
That's
doing
fine.
Druid things.
Um, as she will, her voice will grow softer as she sort of reveals her concern. Says, "I must ask that you be wary. As I said, strange things have been unfolding around here, and soon formidable foe will reveal itself. The wilds must be protected from the ravages of war, even as the mortal world faces turmoil. The creatures in these woods cry out for freedom, but my focus must remain on my sister's fate." And she turns her gaze towards the distant sounds of trapped and suffering creatures that you can't hear, but you can see the pain in her face. As she says, "For now, the mortals and the druids of the Cedar Tower must rely on themselves, but perhaps you could aid them in their time of need. When the trials of Asgard are upon us, even I will need great champions that are as worthy and have as much potential." And she gives you a look of almost like she knows you, like she knows things that perhaps no one else knows.
I will try my best to avoid conflict and unnecessary destruction, and I will aid the Druids the best to my abilities.
Good. And she will give a nod to the Valkyries who start to turn and fly away, but she looks back at you before departing and says, "Seek those allies among mortals and fellow druids, Riva. Those with the potential you possess must be prepared when the time comes. Embrace the strength of Midgard and its people, for they may hold the key to what lies ahead. I wish you luck." And she will turn to follow the other Valkyries as they disappear into the forest.
When she is gone, I will then stand up and proceed to the Druid's Grove.
Okay, so we will head back to the main map as you have just had this encounter with the gods. Is this your first time actually seeing Freya, or has this kind of thing potentially happened to you before on maybe a smaller scale?
Probably a gathering of some of her druids that for offerings and keeping with the territories they protect, keeping up with the with what they what is going on and stuff. Maybe something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that it's not a very common thing, like for common Mordian folk to actually see the gods, but you having been in the wilds long enough, you have definitely seen the traces. And being a druid, um, you know all of the sort of foresty gossip that's going on between the fey creatures and other druids. So now, as you make your way towards the Seder Tower, which I mean, that's, unless I've misunderstood, but that is where the druids are sort of gathered and where the seer of this region is. But I would like you to please give me a survival check with advantage to try and navigate your way there. If that's not where you're going, then do let me know now. And
I know I'm going there. Is it Jesus Christ 8?
oh, okay, so as you follow these, you sort of head into the forest, and you will notice that there are druidic markings all over the forests here. Most of them pointing like road markers and pointing out dangers here and uh, like hazards, their natural terrain that um, you may need to walk around. But here where you are, it is a little bit more mountainous than perhaps you're used to, and it does take you several hours to make your way through these mountains. And instead of taking the river that you maybe would have liked to have done, you end up tracking for much longer than you had anticipated uh, through the rocky hills. But you do manage to make it to the Seder Tower by nightfall. It is sort of, as you are getting there, the sun has just set, and it is now about mid-spring, yeah, early to mid-spring. So the weather is quite nice out here. It is not that difficult to be traveling. I will say this campaign, we've got quite extensive rules for when you are actually on expeditions and traveling and stuff. But for tonight, we're just going to fast forward you a little as you make your way to the Seder Tower. And as we arrive there, I'm going to, yeah, actually, you will see as you as you arrive, there is a woman busy closing the doors. It seems like she's just closing for the wind or whatever at this point. But when she sees you approaching, she'll stop and give you a warm smile and say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Please come in. We've got lots of room."
Thank you, my sister. And I'll gladly walk in.
You must be here for the training. I think you're a little late. They've already started upstairs.
Well, I have been sent here and to meet up, and I have a message. There is danger imminent. We don't know. I don't know exactly when or where that danger might lurk, but it is coming, and we should, at least everybody should be prepared to defend nature as best as possible and preserve life.
That is distressing news. We have just had some luck, actually, in the fight against such forces. Just the other day, some of the poachers in the nearby woods were put to task by some heroes from Raudavik. We have been very thankful to them. I'm sure things are going to be looking up before long. But please, come inside, get yourself a drink, or if you would like to join the others, as I said, they are upstairs. I will see who I can find that may be a better recipient of such a message.
Oh, okay. And I guess I'll move upstairs towards the training area.
So you would know that this tower there are multiple levels to this tower, and each of them holds a trial that one must pass in order to speak with the seer. However, the second floor, you would have know this. It is a sort of a famous thing, especially amongst druids, that the second floor of this tower is an extra dimensional plane. It is like a demi plane inside this tower that is connected to the Feywild. That it is a common meeting place for Fey creatures specifically, not so much just the regular druids of Mordia, but there is a sort of magical hotspot here, and many travel there. But before you make your way up there, we are going to cut to the top where the other two of you are currently engaged in this training. Also, more druid things happening up here as Yoradia, I think that's how you pronounce it. Could you describe your character for us, as there is a dryad currently trying to teach you a spell, but you can give me an arcana check to see how well it goes and describe what your character's doing and what they look like.
Well, your idea is he's pretty small, having like this what you call, like, not tanned skin, but more like dark skin, as it's like as if it has been burned or something, with his hair being like this orange, almost like light color. He's currently holding up his little club, which Yeah. And looking around, like, see if there's any of this that needs to be burned. To just so it could get nutrient to, like, the other things here.
Yeah, and at this, as you have just started a small flame here on the vines that this dryad is trying to teach you to command, she will stamp out the flames and she'll say, "Ah, well, yes, that is quite a clever trick, but please do remember that this is still the tower. If we set this place alight, you could still burn the whole thing down. The trick here is to push the life into the vines and take control of it for yourself. It is not such a long process as immolation. Why don't we try it again?" And she's trying to teach you a spell called Grasping Roots, as she's trying to teach you to command the vines around you. But so far, it seems you've taken a more fiery approach as you do.
Ooh. Let's see. Just touches the hair and it's like a little flame. You better move, else you're gonna get burned, little vine. Just holding it over into
Perhaps I should
the
check. She will sort of look a bit nervous and just say, perhaps I should check how the other's progress is coming along. You keep practicing. And she'll just glide across the ground here through the grass, but sort of keeping an eye on you as she goes. As she makes her way across the room, uh, Torg? I'm not sure how we're pronouncing any of these tonight, but can you please describe your character who is currently trying to learn the same thing? You can also give me an Arcana check. It should have been Wisdom based, but doesn't matter. Just straight Arcana. Um, and describe your character for us as
Well,
you are having a much better go of it.
Torg is made out of vines.
I
He's
am
like a
Groot.
small glowing orb in the center of his chest, but his entire body looks like it's composed of vines and leaves and branches. He's not even trying that hard. It's fairly natural to him.
Yeah, you hear her saying, "Oh, and now here we go. That's how it's done. You see, there's some natural talent. Uh, I mean, no offense, of course, but well done, Torgu." And she seems very impressed with your progress. Are you going to respond to her at all, or are you just showing off your uh, vine skills?
I am Torg.
No. I am told.
We're going to need to add talk as a language that you can post in the chat.
God.
But while this is happening upstairs, Reaper, are you looking for the staircase to join them?
I suppose, yes.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to go upstairs, but that is that is where you
Yep.
said you were headed. So
Yes.
the stairs you may have been here before. This is probably not your first time here in the tower, but
Probably the place where I got into the Midgard.
yeah, this most likely there are I mean, there are a lot of sort of gates in and around Mordia, but this is a pretty popular meeting spot and a nice place to, yeah, just everyone meets up here. If you usually live out in the forests, you can't exactly give someone a tree as a address, but you would know that the staircase is through the doors behind the bar there, and there is a staircase there that you can actually walk up. We have got interconnected staircases here. You would know that the way to usually get there is through a secret bookcase that is in one of the passages, but they seem happy enough to just let you upstairs at this point, so you can make your way through however you like, as the barkeep will greet you as you pass.
Give him also a slight nod. And where is this there? Oh, there.
Just above you there. As you emerge, you will see Tog and Yoridia working on their spells as the Dryad turns around to you with a look of surprise as you walk out into what seems like the heart of a forest, though you can still feel the wooden floorboards underneath you. And she looks kind of shocked. She says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know we were having another. Oh, please come in."
I just arrived here.
Well, that's all right. There's no time like the present. Please don't get lost in the maze, and you will notice that the plants around here, they seem to shift every now and then, like creating pathways and blocking others off, as it seems to be enchanted and alive. But you will see the two on either side practicing this spell, and she will give you a rune stick with some a basic incantation on it, the basic instructions on how to do the spell, and yeah, she will offer you assistance, but ask if you'd prefer to try it on your own first, or if you would like some help.
I will try first on my own. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, so you
So,
can also make
yeah.
an Arcana check to attempt this.
Sure. Let's see. No, 5.
Yes, well, written instructions are probably not always the best. Why don't you go and find a space where there are some nice vines to use? I'm sure once you are feeling connected, it will become much easier. As you can see, Torg over there has already gotten the hang of it, and be careful around the other one. She may, or he may, burn your vines if you get too close. But please feel free to chat. I will be back in just a moment. And she will fade away into the bushes.
Are all of us druids? Just out of curiosity.
Yep.
Yes.
We're
What?
all druids, yeah.
Yeah, I realized it, and that's why I was like, "Oh my god, we have a druid session."
Yeah, so for reference at this point, I mean, we're assuming that you guys are undertaking this. Also, again, I'm sorry, we are expediting a lot of things just so we can get it all done tonight.
No
But
worries.
you will all at this point be able to learn the grasping root spell, but I will need each of you to describe to me like give me a bit of a montage of what your character goes through to figure these things out, and if they're getting it wrong, if they're getting it right, at the end of it, you will be able to learn it. But what does it look like, and are you guys helping each other out or anything like that? Have that. And I'll add it to your sheets as well.
Okay. I think I will be first looking on what the others are doing. I see that Togue is obviously handling it pretty well, but he also seems to be made out of vines, so I presume he has a connection with them. And I don't know what geez, Yoradia is doing.
Yordi is just, it's like, well, if you don't want to do as I say, well, then you're gonna feel pain. Just clamping the hand around the vine. And it's like a little steam from the hand. Now, go grasp this guy.
Me?
Yes, the new guy.
Yeah, so you see this vine rushing towards you. It kind of charred and embered throughout as it moves towards you. If you want to try and fight it back, I'll ask you guys to please make contested wisdom checks.
Just straight wisdom?
Just straight wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah, because you'll have. Well, actually, yeah. I suppose you can add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it doesn't make it much better. Straight 10 if the proficiency bonus is added. So I fail.
Barely.
Okay. Yeah, then you can actually make the save against the spell itself, as you're not able to gain control of the vine quick enough, and the Yerodia seems to have just gotten the hang of it. So you can
Yeah.
you can cast that spell now, Yerodia. You can actually target it.
What saving
See if
throw
it
is
works.
it?
It should prompt you now, but it is a strength save.
Is it the grasping root one?
Yeah, that's the one.
$17.
Okay, yeah,
It's
that
13, so I should have made it.
yeah, you do absolutely make it. So you are only pulled 5 feet by this vine. As a kind of, where are you going for, Yerodia? Are you just going for the ankle?
Just the ankle.
So yeah, you get kind of pulled off balance before managing to right yourself and get free. But Yerodia, it seems like you've cracked it, and you've definitely, it's more of an aggressive technique, but you've got it down.
Impressive.
They
Not
just need a
sure.
loving hand to know who is the boss here.
Well, that is a option, I suppose. Although I'd like a more gentle approach as to not burn unnecessary things. But to every druid its own method, I suppose. I guess I'll attempt to cast it against him by healing the burned the burned vine with the like Druid craft. Uh yeah, I tap or I tap the vine that is slightly burned and Druid craft it to heal slightly and then tell it to grapple him instead of me.
Yeah, go for it. You can cast it right back there as as the life is renewed in these vines.
So what level is it?
It
Level
is a
2.
second, first. Oh no, it's actually first level. I keep thinking it's second level too, but it is a first level spell that will be for all of you. I mean,
I
it will be always prepared. Is how it will show up. This does not count towards the amount of spells you can prepare in a day. This one's just saved in there, but it does still use spell slot.
Alright, so I cast it.
Oh, look at that! It even knows how to target. This is like having people that already know Foundry.
You, I think, fail.
That is definitely a fail. What does it look like here? Is you manage to command more than just that vine, but you feel it now around you, and you come back with a force there.
I guess I'll grapple him so he can't really move much. And then put the vine that is slightly burned against his mouth and see, being nice to nature will help you more in the end. We are here to preserve, and then I'll just drop the spell and make them go down again.
So Turg, you will see quite an impressive display here from this newcomer, as definitely seems like this guy knows his way around some vines, and you see that the two of them are sort of standing off, but as the vines lower down, you don't see the dryad anywhere just yet.
Well, I'm just starting slowly, and I'm like a conductor, conducting the orchestra, just making the vines move up and down. And then I just start throwing rocks, like picking up rocks and throwing them around as they progress.
Yeah, what do the other two do? Is they you just see this essentially like vine monster busy just having a whale of a time here, throwing things around.
I guess I'll make the vines wrap my arms and then slowly, like a whip, grow in my hand, and then everything past my hand is going to be covered in spikes, and I'll just growing spikes with thorn whip. Uh, Interesting what all these plants can do eventually. You seem to get, and I look over at Torg. You seem to have the hang of this, my friend.
I am Torg.
Nice to meet you. I am Reifer. And you, fiery one, what is your name?
Euradia.
Pleased to meet you. I am Refer. Seeing that you all are learning the powers of being a druid here at the towers,
Torg.
I know you are. You've said so before.
I just realized this might be a very interesting case for one of those spells that you guys probably all. There may be a way to understand Torque.
I can probably understand what he is saying if I use a third level spell slot, yes.
Yeah.
Can't even teach the language.
But you are a plant.
I am technically an ooze. But
Yeah, I think with this reflavor, we can say you're technically a plant.
Okay.
I thought he was talk.
Well, that
Yeah,
is true.
well,
But yeah, I'd say speak with plants definitely. I feel like would work on Toad. This what you get. He may still just say I'm Toad, but I think you'd definitely be able to open a line of communication there.
I need to
That-
use a
oh,
third
sorry.
level spell slot to communicate with the player, yes.
Yeah, don't worry. These are also temporary characters that won't be the whole campaign. This this think of this like a one shot. You don't have to
Mm.
worry about wasting slots. You'll have.
I'll use a third level spell slot to speak with plants. So, my friend, you said you are Torg. I got that far. What are you actually saying?
well, the creature made out of plants is all fairly familiar to me.
I assume so. Maybe they'll enhance you and your capabilities.
This is what I'm hoping for.
I think Yorda will, or Yordia will hear me literally say the same thing. I am Torque, only then.
So now both of them are talk. Get some plant infection.
Well, I am not Torque, but that's the language he speaks. And I can speak with plants, all of them around us. At least for a little while. 10 minutes.
The dryad steps out of the bushes again, and she will almost frantically look back and forth, and she'll say, "Oh, I am Tog," and you will both hear her clearly say, "Oh, good, you seem to have gotten it," as she also has speak with plants, as if you shared a language. So she starts to, as she says that, she will gesture to the person next to her who rides out of the bush on a horse made of vines and leaves like this, as it just kind of takes two steps out of the bush, and you just see her sitting on its back, another dryad, who will turn and say, "We don't have time for these frivolous games. There is danger in the forests. We believe we have found the poachers." And she looks at Torg and Uradia as though this is information that has been discussed before. And you guys would know that there have been incidents nearby these towers recently with poachers. You would have heard that most of the poachers were taken care of, but that it's still believed many of the beasts that they captured are still imprisoned. And that is partly why you guys have been around here, is they've been trying to find out where their hideout is, and they have now just found that. So it is up to you guys why you want to go on this mission, or if you want to go on this mission at all. But the Dryads will be telling you that the training session is over for now, and that we must be ready. If you are to help us, you must be ready by morning. They may not stay around for too much longer.
We must protect the animals, and this seems like a good opportunity to test out our new spells. At least, wouldn't you say?
To burn them? Yes, that's a good idea. And in the
Well,
process, protect the forest and all of its animals.
forest fires are an occurrence in nature, yes, but I'd rather not start anything right now, especially not with the thriving forest around us. If this was a dying forest, I would have not said no.
The Dryad chirps up again and says, "Yes, not in here, please. But if you find those poachers, oh, I don't think anyone will have a problem with you burning them."
No, surely not, but let's keep it to the poachers and away from the plant and animal life and unnecessary damage. Fire makes fertile ground, but this forest seems fertile enough.
When you are ready, the druids downstairs have discovered their location and are plotting their attack. You are free to join them if you are willing to brave the bandits.
I have the feeling we must. At least I do. Whatever you do is none of my business, but I will join the druids downstairs. And I guess I'll move that way.
You can use the same staircase to get back down.
Yes.
You guys haven't moved around much in here, so there's not much to navigate, but the Dryads will uh, disappear back into the forests as you leave. As you walk through into the bar, you can see that the bartender has just put down a couple of horns of ale and or mead, of course. Sorry, in a while, but you will see that Ursa, who you have all met here before, is speaking with Arnvid, one of the druids that was involved in the attack just yesterday or the day before. And you can see that he is currently pointing to a map and saying, I'm pretty sure we could go in from the forest or we could go in through the caves along the river, but I don't know. Either way is a long shot. They had a lot of them, you know.
Well, there is always a way to infiltrate. We could go as animals, perhaps. Something that is easily dismissed and not per se a target of poachers. Or at least when we're close. Because we can only stay as an animal for so long.
The man at the table turns around with an impressed look on his face as he says, oh, well, that's not a bad idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't believe we've met. I'm Arnvid. I'm one of the local druids here.
I am Refer, and I just arrived here tonight. With the message from the lady herself that imminent danger was close. Oops.
You can give me a persuasion check if you want to try convincing that you actually got a message from Freya specifically, but it will be with advantage.
With advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage.
Advantage.
I mean, it is true.
Natural 20 for 21.
You see his jaw kind of drop for a second. He says, you were sent by Lady Freya herself. Well, I am honored to be in your presence. It's not often that we get someone that has been personally blessed. Can you believe it, Ursa? And she looks excited, like she's just heard that a celebrity was coming or something. He says, well, then I suppose perhaps I can leave it to you. I am still a little hurt from the battle yesterday, but I could give you some help along the way, show you where it is. We have some boats. I can help you get there at least.
Get as close as you are comfortable with, but don't push yourself. Unless, of course, you want to join the Allfather and the lady at the tables in Valhalla.
Ersa says, well, now that the ironwood tree has been opened, travel should be much easier. I'm sure we can get there without much trouble at all.
Then we have no time to lose. I don't know how long the poachers will stay at where they are.
Oh, don't worry. The children of Braudovik gave them a right good beating. I'm sure there is not many of them left to recover. Take some time, rest, and we can head out in the morning at first light. Unless you think that this would be easier done by darkness. But I do believe they are holed up in a cave, so it might not make much of a difference.
Suppose it would not be a bad idea for me to rest after a long journey here. First light it is, unless these two here want to go now.
And Torg.
I'll say Arundit can also understand you, Torg, so he would just he'd kind of
Wait.
nod. Oh, sorry.
Say we can wait.
Sorry, one more time.
We can wait till tomorrow.
Oh, well, seems Torg is in agreement. You are welcome to come and take a look at the map and strategize a bit, if you like. There are plenty of rooms open.
Meet here at first light then. And I'll go find somewhere to sleep. Since I am quite exhausted from a long, long while of traveling.
Yeah, so you'll see there are rooms on either side here that you're welcome to go into, but yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do before taking a long rest while you are here in the tower?
Oh, not really.
Not really, not at the moment. You can pass through. I can't pass. Oh, no, I can pass through.
Okay. And Yorodea, what are you doing?
I'm just looking for a place that is not made of wood. As if I slept of wood, I think we would wake up to an inferno, which would
You
be
would know
great.
that on the other side of the building, where you've probably stayed before, there are some rooms in a stone room, like on the far left of the map. It's usually the room you sleep in before you take the trial, but there's currently no one there, so you are welcome to take those. But as you guys head off to take your long rest, you can all do that and get that third level spell slot back. And we will head over to the following morning at first light. Is there anything you want to do before you head out? Or shall we jump straight into the travel?
If someone's going, Turg is not there at the beginning, and if someone goes to wake up, there is just a blob of vines on the bed. But if you call out to him, just a head pops up and turns to you. And then it just grows up all the arms and legs and follows out.
They're completely indistinguishable from just a pile of vines. That how tall is Torg? I imagine he's quite big.
Yeah, he can change it. It's like 6 feet. He can change his own size. I guess he stays like medium, but within the sizes of this of the category.
Yeah, I mean, I will say for the purposes of this, if you want to be able to actually grow large, I'll allow that as well because I think that is a very cool feature. And there are just the three of you.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking enlarge reduce, but decided not to.
Yeah, I'll say you can use the racial feature to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, then we will cut back over to the other map as Arnvid joins you, ready to leave in the morning, and he will ask if you have given any thought to where we should try and make our entrance. Are you? What is the plan? Are you going to try and trick them into thinking that you're animals and get them to capture you, or are we leading an assault? I know there is an entrance through via the forest into the cave, and there is also a river that runs through it. We could probably enter through the river, but I will leave it up to you.
Well, would you know how close we can get before they would spot us?
I can open a gateway through the trees now that the ironwood tree is open, and as you are standing outside the tower, he will show you to a massive tree that is growing out here that um, when you have been here before was just a tree, but now you can see there is a doorway that has almost been carved into it, but you can see that if you were to use it, it would open much like a tree stride spell or something like that. Um, and you know that this is a good shortcut, that many of them exist over Mordia, but most of them have been sealed for a long time. They haven't been operable. They've all needed some kind of key, but apparently the people from Braudavik that were here the other day have just opened it up. So travel there shouldn't take you very long, and you should be able to get pretty damn close. But
Impressive.
yeah, if you're traveling by tree, you'll have to go to the forest, which is where basically the front entrance of the cave is.
That depends. Can everybody swim as a creature? Since we could also use the river, as you said.
No river. River is bad. River don't burn.
No, but there will be enough burning in the cave. You don't need to burn for an infiltration. You would get spotted easily. Unless that is the route you want to take.
Burn entire forest. Burn them with it. Stop the fire. Sounds like a good plan.
As I said, we will not be burning down the forest. The forest is sprawling, and we're not going to burn it down, because it will take years before it grows back. We could get close by tree, and then sneak in as perhaps a spider, or we could take the river and disguise ourselves as whatever native fish, salmon, maybe. Depends on what we want to do. I think the closest we can get is with the spiders. We could go unnoticed fairly easily, because spiders in a cave seems natural, doesn't it? But what will it be?
Let's all turn into foxes.
I think foxes will be prey for poachers.
Well, if it means anything, they have been capturing these beasts, not killing them. If they captured you, they might just take you right to where all the others are. But as I
True.
said, they attacked in numbers last time. They could still have many in those caverns.
Yes, but then we run into the problem as being captured in a probably rather small cage that does not fit our current sizes, which would be rather uncomfortable returning to our normal forms. And then again,
That is true. I've made that mistake before.
we might have the problem of being locked up and not being able to get out of those cages. So I'd rather stay outside of them if possible. But I am not the one that makes all the decisions. We are a team here. So we must agree on a plan.
I am told.
I agree.
He'll say that he said I can escape through any cage, but yes, might prove problematic for all of you.
Although, then now when I think of it, if we get captured, we could as bigger animals, and then turn into spiders. Once we were captured and left alone, we could just go between the bars. But then there will be no more transforming for a day. So the capture plan can work.
Well, you were the one blessed by Freya. I think it is your lead on this one. I have tried to face these bandits before, and, well, it didn't end so well for me last time. I needed the help of other warriors. I'm sure you will be able to figure this out.
Would you
But either
perhaps
way,
have a
uh,
head
sorry.
count of? Would you perhaps have a head count of the general amount of poachers they came with last time?
There were dozens that attacked us last time, but there were no survivors. Everyone that attacked was cut down. There were some insane things. I'm pretty sure one of them might have actually been a Valkyrie or something. Honestly, I'm not sure what I saw, but I imagine after that fight, they must be severely weakened. There can't be that many left,
If that
unless it is a much bigger operation than we thought.
if that is the case, maybe turn into one of the largest animals you can be, but one that is easily captured and but only when we are close. And make sure to stay as a group and not just a haphazard amount of odd creatures that should not travel together, because that might arouse suspicion. A group of foxes seems okay. And then we can turn into spiders when we are caged up and into their camp. And when they're no longer paying attention to us, we can strike.
Sounds like a plan. Is Chog and the other one whose name I'm never gonna actually remember? Are you guys
Yordia.
agreeing with that plan? Radia.
Sounds like a plan. As long as we can burn them.
Okay. So then Arnvid is going to open the tree and direct it using a tree stride spell or something along those lines. As he will open the tree and you'll just see the vine or the bark sort of curling apart, and doesn't seem to damage the tree at all. Just like it opens with this bright light from inside, and he will usher you all in through the tree, where on the other side you can see there isn't quite an open patch of ground, but fairly fairly secluded. But you can see there is open grass on the other side of the tree, and he is going to get you as close as he can without them seeing you.
Okay.
I'm going to change the map now. And yeah, you are going down to the cave network, basically.
I will, I guess, assume my wild shape of a fox, and I'm gonna sniff around for if they might have some form of bait laid about.
I'm going to give each of you ownership over a fox token, and then you should be able to right click on it and actually wild shape it. You may just need to search fox in the actors directory. Can you see?
A fox. Let's.
You said it's rivet. No.
Mm,
I don't want to be a rival.
oh no, hold on. Wait, crap. If you open tokenizer, just I don't know which options it gives you there. What happened to? Or maybe if you press wild shape.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, sorry, we haven't actually had a druid in a while. So.
No worries.
But I know there is a way to actually transform yourself. Oh, I know how. So if you open your companions,
Pandium, yeah.
and then can you see a fox in there?
I can see a fox.
I can see fox and actors.
So on your character sheet, sorry, up at the top there should be a companions button. Can you?
Oh, yes.
Oh no, sorry. You click on the three little dots, and there's a polymorph. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, polymorph.
Oh wait, that's gonna try and import something. What?
Enabling. Game is enabling.
Yeah. Okay. Close the importer if that's what it opens. That's not right. God damn it. Sorry, I thought this was a really easy, streamlined process.
I can summon it, but I cannot turn to it. At least I think I can summon it.
Yeah, I think if you try and summon it, does it not? feel like the option has disappeared. I feel like a module has broken also. Because it definitely, I've seen that option so many times.
I'm pretty sure it is there. I know it exists, the module, but it's been so long since I've had to transform.
How do you summon a fox?
The companion thingy.
You can search in actors for the fox, and on your character sheet open companions and just drag him in there. And then press on the photo and choose a square next to you, and it will summon it. That's how I did it, at least.
Not
No.
working.
You're going invisible for some reason.
Because I chose to invisibility myself.
Oh, but that's not. Oh, that is you. My bad.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
I just played with it.
Okay, cool. We've got a new way to look invisible. That looks pretty sick, but
Yeah, but yeah, there's like it's the last one of them that is activating the invisibility thingy.
Why can't I drag the fox?
You just click on it and then place it on the map. You don't drag it.
You need to put it in the companion first.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I can't drag and drop it into the companion manager.
no, sorry. Does it still not show up? How about now?
Seem to work.
Oh man, it's. Can you see the little the? It looks like wind, like the three little shepherd hooks. That is where your polymorphing is.
Ah.
So, can you see the fox in there?
I can. So
Oh wait, where did you? Okay, now hold on.
it's a whole new system.
So no, I just mean your idea. I'm putting it in there as well, so you should be able to follow.
It is gone for me again.
It's weird. I can still see it in all. Okay, let me just see if.
You unlocked creation. What?
It's not Foundry without some
Active
tech.
creation permission. The polymorph game setting is not enabled.
Okay. Well,
Yes, I can now see the fox again, but then what? Polymorph. I am still not allowed to polymorph.
okay, doesn't matter. I'll just move your other tokens along, but you can just use the foxes for now. Yeah, it's okay. You can leave your other tokens here until it becomes relevant, and then I can move them in for you. But as the three of you are walking now towards this cavern, you will see that there are four armed guards standing at the entrance, and yeah, none of them look particularly smart. All of them look like they are they've just woken up, they're just getting up, and they don't seem to notice you immediately. Are you going to try and get their attention, or what are you guys trying to do?
Does it seem like they have any form of trap set up? Can
You can
I?
give me an investigation or perception check.
I will sniff around as the fox to find bait. As would that mean that I have advantage because fox have keen hearing and smell?
Yeah.
Perception and advantage. That it would be another natural 20 for 28.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, you definitely you sniff out some bait that is lying underneath a snare, and you can tell that the like where the actual trees are pretty heavily trapped. There is also one trap on either side. Here, there's basically one there and one there. I hope you saw those things. But if you go down the middle, you should be able to avoid them unless you're trying to get yourself trapped. Those are, they don't look lethal. They just, it looks like it would um, snare your leg or around the neck.
I will go snare myself.
I will go and get myself caught here.
Okay. So what is the other fox doing? Is the two of you do easily manage to trigger these, and you are now both restrained.
It's gonna try hiding and waiting for those those poachers, and then try to sneak after them.
Okay, so as you guys let out your little yelps as you get caught, the guards will snap their heads over that way, and you'll hear one of them shouting, "Hey, I think we got something. Let's go, let's check it out." And they start running over. These two are going to run over to you. You'll have to keep track of which foxes you're running, because I can't tell who. And these guys will run over to you as they all seem delighted to have caught these foxes, and they are going to immediately start taking you out of the snares and trying to just. They're quite rough about it, but they are just picking you up by the scruff of your neck, and you see these horrible, like all of them are missing teeth, and they look like they've been at sea for a long time and then just been dumped on the shore. These are some horrible looking bandits, and they are just leering at you as they're holding you up to their faces and laughing as they start carrying you back towards the cave.
I will squirm like any normal animal would for as long as it's possible, and then obviously when I get stuffed in a cage, I will start pacing. But I am now growling and stuff and trying to escape their grasp. Not really escape, but pretend.
Yeah, you can give me a deception check with advantage or performance, whichever you prefer.
Deception of performance doesn't matter. It's the same.
Yeah. Your idea, you can give me a stealth check to try and sneak after them.
16.
Yeah, it's definitely believable. They you see them sort of shaking you around, like trying to get more of that sound out, and it's not hard to fake because they really are just um, being assholes about it. As they go, "Oh, it's a good morning, eh? We've already caught some of the. Hey, look, there's another one. Come to rescue your friends. Get him." And one of the others, they are going to notice your idea, and he's going to just crouch down and then charge towards you to try and catch. You can give me a dex save if you're trying to avoid it. Otherwise, he's just going to grab you.
Nope. Just letting him getting close. Just getting him so he's there, and just as he's like trying to grab me, I'm just stepping out and hoping he hits the rock behind me or whatever it is on the back.
He catches you by the tail as you try and run away and just yanks you backwards and into his grasp, and it does hurt. You're going to take a point of bludgeoning damage as he just beat your check there, and yeah,
Fucks
you
ends badly.
yeah, no, it hurts a lot. He's making those yelping sounds for real, but the guy shouts, "I got him! I got him!" And they're going to he's going to follow after the others as you are all taken into the cave. And one of them is actually going to stay there, stand outside, and stay guarding. But as you are taken into this cave, you will hear more voices coming from inside. Cool. Did I bring your actual tokens with?
It's loading. I moved my actual token over there.
Oh, you have them moving then. Okay, cool. Everyone can do. So,
And as we are moved inwards, I'm going to keep a head count to how many there are.
and yeah, as you are moving through, I mean, you can do that for real. All of the enemies are appearing on the map. But as you are taken in here, you will hear some loud voices coming from a bridge that you can hear rushing water in here, and it is a massive cavern. But you can see some people standing on the bridge, and there is a large man with a big axe, and he's wearing bear skins as he is making his way slowly up the stairs on the other side of this bridge, while someone back on the bridge says, "I'm telling you, man, he had hands. I know it sounds stupid, but I promise you, he had hands." Goes, "What kind of a snake has hands, man? That's impossible." And they seem to be arguing, but also all of them are looking quite scared as they slowly, this one approaches the bottom wall. And as he does get closer, you'll see something get flung over the top of the cliff. You will see a dagger just fly over. It doesn't seem to be thrown with much force, but just clatters down onto the ground and makes this guy take a few steps back as yeah, there seems to be something throwing shit at him from up at the top. But you guys are dragged into this cavern. Are you doing anything else to fight back against them, as these guys seem to stop to watch the commotion for a moment as well?
No,
Just a
not me.
normal squirming, probably.
So one of them will hold one of you up and just say, "Hey, look, we caught some of these foxes right outside. Just walked right up to us." And the guy that he's talking to will just sort of wave them away and say, "Ah, go put him with the others." As they kind of shrug and start making their way towards the side here, and towards a steep stone stairwell. At this point, though, how long do your wild shapes actually last?
I think it's like an amount of hours equal to either your druid level or half your druid level. I'll take a look.
Yeah, if it's hours, then we're fine. I just want to double check. That
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay, yeah, then you are
Yeah,
definitely
you can
good.
stay in your beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. So that would be 2 hours for me at least. At max, actually, not at least, at max.
Okay, so you guys, I'm going to throw you down here. I'll get the others as well. I put your actual tokens in there. Just give me a second before you progress. Oh, did it not actually move your vision?
We're still in the previous map if you switch this over.
Yeah, I'm still moving.
Oh.
Give me a sec.
And my token apparently decided to jump down into the water and vanish.
Yeah, that was me moving it through the door.
That makes sense.
There we go. It should be moving now.
I'm not sure why, but it seems it breaks the what's called like the streaming map every time the map changes. I don't know why.
That's because we're using staircases. So if I click on the staircase, it doesn't. I didn't activate the scene, but it should move the stream over now. Or is that what you mean? It's breaking there.
Yeah, it's basically black. There, the only reason why the stream isn't black is because I changed it to the player view.
That's very weird. I don't know. Well, maybe I can do this. Oh, okay. Yeah. So as you are led in, I totally thought we would be in a fight at this point, but you guys are brought into a guy that is sitting here at the sort of front desk. As you hear, one of them is speaking to him, and he starts taking some notes, and you are plopped down onto the table, and he begins measuring you one by one as he starts making notes, and they do start poking and prodding you a little bit. I would like you all to give me deception checks again with advantage to just not let these guys in on the fact that you're smarter than you look.
15.
Yeah, he's rolled normally. You can just roll it again. 10.
And then just the last one from
Yes.
Iradia.
Not here, so be right back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so uh, so Riva is definitely manages to get passed off as a real fox. You've spent enough time around foxes, but
It is my name, so yes.
yeah. But Torg, how does Torg give away the fact that he's not really a fox? I mean, we did discuss how you wild shapes.
On a closer inspection, he's not made out of flesh and fur. More vines and, and leaves.
Yeah, so you see him take down notes of Reva, and then he takes you away, and as he puts you down on the table, he kind of pokes you with the quill in the same way, but just moves some of those vines apart, and he just immediately jumps back, knocking his chair over, and he goes, "What the hell is that thing? Where did you find it?" "Oh, it's just outside." "Is that? Oh, you better take that one to the boss. That's, I don't know what it is, but it'll fetch a good price." And the guy picks you back up and looks at you very excitedly. But yeah, they don't. He doesn't seem to believe that you're a fox, but whatever you are, probably worth something. Then can I also get your idea to please give me a deception check, as they are looking over you guys to give you a bit of a closer inspection, and with advantage.
Yeah, it's an 18. You don't suffer the -2 from wild shaping.
Yeah, I know. It's just, well, it is.
Yeah,
Just
16 is plenty. Yeah, that's plenty to convince them that you are a fox, and they start taking you inside. At this point, however, Torg, you start getting taken in a different direction to the others.
Worry not, Frog will prevail.
We have not planned this part.
We did. When everything goes wrong, we just burn it all.
I don't have much burning spells.
I almost exclusively have burning spells.
You're a wildfire druid, so
Not only that, a fire genasi wildfire druid with abilities that also give me more fire. Now I just need a kick that I could kick into people.
oh.
Okay, wait, which one is? So,
That one is me.
yeah, you guys are getting taken this way. That is the Torg up at the top that is getting taken over to the left, and as you are walked into this room, an axe flies right past your face and just hits a target on the wall next to you. As yeah, I mean, it is danger close, and the guy sort of puts his hands up. The one who threw the axe, it seems like they just like having a little competition here. I'm not going to roleplay all of them talking to each other, but they do sort of share some words as he leads Torg all the way deeper into this place. And at this point, the other two, you guys get taken this way. You see a guard sleeping over here that they just walk by. And you see another two in the passageways. But as they get down to this room, they will ignore that door and walk down into what seems like a little. You can hear the sounds of like a kitchen or a tavern kind of vibe going on here. But when they get here, they are going to drag 2 crates over, and well, just one crate actually, and then they are going to open the crate, and you'll hear this yipping coming from inside, and one of them goes, "Oh, shut up, you! Brought some new friends," and they're going to throw you both into a crate full of foxes that you can see that they are very little foxes. Most of them look like pups, and the two of you are just dumped in on top of them, and that box closes again uh, on top of you. It just seems like a regular wooden crate, and you'll hear the voices fade as they walk.
There are small gaps in the crates, like normal crates.
Yeah, you can see there are. It seems like it's a pretty sturdy crate, but there are very small gaps. I mean, between the wood, but it's not like you don't have like jail cell bar kind of things. You can't see outside, but it does look small enough for a tiny creature to maybe squeeze their way through.
No breathing holes, no nothing.
Yeah, there's enough for air to be getting in there. It's not like airtight, but I just mean there's not much light getting in here.
Technically, we could speak with the little foxes because we are foxes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can understand what the fox says, people going ring ding ding. No, they. You can hear that they are. It's like being in an orphanage of that might be burning down or something. That sounds horrible in here. They are all screaming and crying for their parents. It, these are all children, just cubs that have been taken away from their families, and um, none of them are happy about it. They're all just crying for their mothers. And yeah, if you would like to try and console them or something, you can. But you can tell there's about a dozen of them in here with you.
Probably will use my wild shape again to turn into a spider that would fit between the gaps and scout the area around us.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'll put down a spider for you. But yeah, you can. You should be able to. You can take a look around with your actual token.
I need to probably do a stealth check, won't I?
Not currently. Not as a spider. No, no one's going to look twice at a spider in here.
Well,
But
I'm not trying
if
to
you,
be seen as a spider.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can make a stealth check.
They have +4 in stealth because that's a spider. So this is technically a stealth roll, though it says custom.
Oh, no.
Natural 1, great. 5.
You know what? Might not. Of course, I don't have all of the stat blocks prepared. I thought I did. But
Well, yeah, that's druids. Wild shape, yay.
yeah, of course, everyone chose Druid, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta make all this.
That's my wild shape use for. I have no longer wild shapes.
Okay, there we go. Now you can just move your actual token around and be a spider for now.
So, but a 5 in stealth.
Okay, yeah. So you're probably quite noticeable as you're having to clamber up these walls and get around some open space, but none of these guys really seem to care. As you make your way down there, I'll say you would be able to squeeze through that little gap that you see there, and you'd be able to hear the laughter as these guys are sitting around and eating, and you can hear that they are all talking to each other, but it seems like they are quite festive. And you quickly realize that the guy sitting across there is also wearing bear skins, much like the guy you saw upstairs. Um, but you can see that he's got like tears running down his face, even though he's laughing, and he's got a hoard of meat in his hand and a drumstick in the other. Um, it seems like you walked in on a funeral, like like it's a wake or something, as you can hear him going, "Oh, it was a good boss. It really was. There'd never be another like him." They'll shout skull, and they seem to just be having a little celebration here, sort.
Well, the head counts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes a lot like 26 people we have encountered or seen so far.
Yeah, so you can also give me an insight check, just with your. Oh yeah, you keep your
With
own
my
stats
normal
for that.
thing. Yes. Inside check, you say. That would be 27.
Okay, yeah. So as you've been getting this head count, you have been able to tell that these guys don't look very tough. You could take most of these guys out without very much effort. The guys wearing the bear skin, they definitely seem like they probably, you would recognize that those are berserkers, and they are no joke. They seem like the tougher opponents here. But the rest of them, these are just common thugs. These don't pose much of a threat to you, maybe only in numbers. Like if they are able to sort of surround you in a fight, they might do some significant damage, but as far as you can tell, these guys will go down easy.
How the hell would I tell Jordia that, since he's still a fox and we cannot speak?
Well, I can give you a second to think about how you might go about doing that as we go to uh, True. I'm forgetting the
Yeah.
name. I don't know how I'd forget that one. As you, this guy opens a door, and as soon as he opens the door, you will hear this sound coming from the room that he's leading you towards. As you just hear someone shouting and swearing, and you hear him going, "Oh, if only you knew who I was! Oh, Frey's gonna send someone for me any moment now. A whole army of Valkyries are coming down on your head, you daft twits. When I get out of here, I'm gonna rip your eyes out." As you walk into the room, you will see the voices coming from a squirrel in a cage to your right. And in front of you, there is a room full of cages, all of which are carrying various different beasts. And you can see this also seems like there are a bunch of people sitting around here drinking. There is a man that looks, I mean, it looks like a pirate that is standing at the head of the table, who kind of slams a dagger down into the table as you enter, and he goes, "Would someone please shut that bloody squirrel up? What? Oh, what have you brought us here? You know we're throwing all the rest of the foxes in the crates, right?" And he says, Oh yeah, boss, but this ain't no normal fox. This is it's a bit of a weird one. Take a look. He's just going to throw you down onto the table with these bandits all leering down at you.
I just do some more like I walk in a circle, just like scratch my head and like lay down to sleep.
He's adorable. What the? What, you just like this one? You want to keep him for yourself? He says, no, no, look. And he's going to pick up the dagger that was in the table, and he's just going to try and like push it down in between the vines, but he's straight up stabbing you with the dagger.
Oh no.
He does manage not to hurt you though with the 7.
Yeah.
As he just kind of, he's not gentle about it, but he stabs through into the table, and it just goes through the vines harmlessly as the captain leans in, and he goes, oh well, that is actually quite nice. Well done, my boy. You'll get an extra. And he just pulls out a little coin purse and drops it in front of him. He goes, now, see if any of these cages are still empty. And he's going to look around. I need you to please roll a d6 for me, Drug.
Does any of them look like particularly intimidating? I got a 6.
Yeah, so you can see the squirrel is losing his mind over there and is shouting in common. I will point out they can all hear him.
Where's
But
the squirrel?
the squirrel's down bottom right. It's
Oh, okay.
kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
But you will see there is a pseudo dragon. I mean, you can see what the other creatures are,
Yeah.
but the most intimidating one would probably be the panther that is like growling. The others are all fairly docile. You can see the flumps are kind of huddled in the corner of their cage. The panther is definitely growling though it may just, yeah, it looks angry for sure. But with a 6, I'll let you choose which cage he throws you into. As I mean, you're not actually making the decision, but the dice did. So which cage does he throw you into?
Which animal he would not be? Carnivore?
I mean, there's an old adage that says always trust a flump, but I don't know if that applies to this situation.
I'll just go with the pseudo dragon.
Okay, you get thrown into the cage that, as you land down onto this fur, you'll immediately notice that it is sticky with blood, and it seems like this little pseudo dragon has fed not too long ago, and it is curled up on the hay. It lifts its head slightly to look at you as you enter the cage, but you can tell that this is a small creature and it seems to have fed recently, so it just puts its head back down. But it may not stay asleep for long.
Well, as long as it's asleep, I'll try to listen out, see if there is any commotion beginning. Like, so I'll know to attack.
It will be very hard to hear anything over this squirrel who's going, you bastards, if I could just get my weapons and poke your eyes out and kill your families, you won't be forgiven for this. And he's shaking on the bars. And it definitely looks like it's standing on 2 legs, like he's acting like a humanoid, but yeah, definitely looks like a squirrel. But as the guards sort of flick some coins at him to try and get him to shut up, we'll head over to the other two as what First of all, what is the fox in the box doing?
What it is doing, it is currently trying to consult the others. Yip, 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 yip.
Okay, I'll say you can make an animal handling check with advantage, as you are currently the only big fox in here, and oh yeah, they all quieten down and they all kind of huddle around you, like they finally found a safe place. It's honestly, as horrible as it sounded a minute ago, it is now one of the cutest places you've ever been. It's just tiny little foxes all around you, and you don't know where your new friend has gone. But Riva, what are you doing as a spider there? You'll also be, you are muted, by the way, but you will also be able to hear it go quiet in that box as you're making your way back. It seems like the cubs have stopped crying.
Yeah. I make my way back over the crate, and then make sure there's no one in sight of the crate and stuff, or at least for where I am. So, and then I guess I'll turn back into me and try to very quietly open the box. The crate we were in.
I just realized it's harder to change you back. One thing. But yeah, you're opening the box with the foxes in.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you managed to do that, and you'll see this bundle of adorableness as yeah, there's just one big fox surrounded by cubs, and they all seem quite happy and calm. Some of them are even starting to fall asleep already.
Okay. I guess I'll get the attention of Jordia and tell them that in a very quiet and hushed voice that there are 5 yeah, dudes and a berserker at the table where I just was, and that I'm out of wild shape. I cannot turn into animals anymore.
That turned it into the old thing.
Sorry.
No, sorry, just the token went weird. But yeah, you can carry on there. Your dear will definitely see you and hear you there.
Now the dilemma. How to get out of the box without waking the foxes?
Yeah, I'll say with that animal handling check, they will probably start making a noise as soon as you move, but you could probably sneak your way out. Like, you can give me a stealth check to try and get out without waking them. Okay, yeah. You manage to slip out while they are all cozy, and it seems like they've probably been crying for a long time and they're all exhausted, so they're fast asleep now. And you manage to climb out the box.
And it's time to turn back.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix Reaver's token, but yeah, you guys don't hear any. I mean, you can hear the commotion on the other side there, but it seems this little storeroom that you're in is quiet for now.
Okay. What do you think? Should we take on the people down at the table, or should we try and get I forgot his name again as well.
True.
October.
Torque. Try and get back Torque first, or should we take on the ones at the table down?
They most likely already eaten Torque, so we should burn these in retaliation. So, if we burn them, they do not alarm the others, while we can risk if we move to find others, and maybe we're not quick enough to burn those.
Well, I suppose we take on the ones down below, but to be careful because in the pathway to our what is that? If you move that way, right behind us, there's also another guard. So maybe be careful.
Lead the way.
Sure, but then I need to go either all the way around or over the parade of sleeping foxes.
A real conundrum.
Or we can try something else. We grab the boxes of foxes and just rush out.
I am not going to burn a box of fox pups. What are you?
I never said that we burn them. We take the foxes and we just rush out and burn everybody in our way. Out.
Well, can you carry that box then? And what about the other animals here?
They're not foxes.
So they are still animals. Aren't you supposed to protect all that is nature, as you are a druid?
Sure, but sometimes animals dies in fires.
Yes, but we can try to avoid unnecessary death.
Perfect. Lead the way.
I guess I'll try to climb over the box of foxes without tipping it over or waking the little ones.
Yeah, so you can either make a stealth check or an acrobatics or athletics to try and squeeze through there. Yeah, there is some space on the side, so you can probably climb over.
5.
Yeah, you're literally halfway over, and you just hear the yipping start from underneath you, and one of them is awake, the rest of them are all curled around it, but it's looking up at you with these big eyes. And you
Okay.
realize it's
Oh,
looking not at you directly, but looking on top of your head, and is just like letting out this little whine.
Outcast speak with animals.
You hear it going, "Mama, that you?"
No, child. This is not your mother. I Take quiet. I will come back for you. There are bad people around. We need to dispatch of them first. I promise you, we will get back for you.
Okay. I'll tell the others. We don't like those people either. And you see it, like its eyes, just giving you full on like puppy dog eyes. It looks like it's about to cry, but it's looks like it's gonna try and be brave, as these foxes shouldn't give away your position anymore.
Okay, so I am going here. Stay brave for your brothers and sisters. And as I said, I promise I will get back for you.
Just give a nod, and like you see its ears sort of fold back as it gets ready to protect. Like couldn't protect anything, but it is going to try.
I will step aside so uh names, man. Jordia can climb over as well.
Stealth mission.
As much as possible, yeah.
Look, that's how you do it.
Yeah, at this point, the foxes, you see they aren't moving anymore. It kind of watches you go past, but you don't make any noise. As yeah, you guys feel like you've got the jump on sort of either way you go. You might have the jump on these guys, but you do quickly realize that you're pretty much surrounded unless you go back the way you just came. There are enemies on both sides.
Well, burning was your specialty, wasn't it? Burning bad people. Your chances arrived. Down below are probably more of them than up there. So that depends on where you want to start burning first.
Divide and
say-
conquer. Divide and conquer.
Uradia, as you kind of look in both directions, you will notice that the guys up at the top, those barrels over there, you can see that he's pouring some sort of alcohol out of it and spills it on the floor as the other guy starts berating him before knocking it over. You do realize that this is this very flammable alcohol that he seems to be working with there. But yeah, the others all gathered around close, so there's a target-rich environment again.
Oh, I know what time it is. It's fire time.
Or I will then make it more difficult for the ones down below to chase us as you take on the guys above. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
We're already going.
Fire time. It's fire time.
So here we can actually roll for initiative, and then you guys will have a surprise round here as you um, kick things off with, what was that, a flaming sphere?
That is a flaming sphere, because I was like, wait, do I really not have any ranged fire? And then I was like, fuck it, I can use that as a blade.
So as you cast that flaming sphere over those barrels, the barrels will all ignite, and there will be a massive explosion that completely immolates the guy that was holding onto the barrel and blasts the other one backwards and through the doors behind him. As this one is dead. So that one is dead, and this one is going to need to make a dex save. Okay, he makes it. So he is not affected by the blasters. It just kind of whips around the corner, but he is definitely alerted as we go now. Yeah, so that was your surprise attack. The minions will act on the other guy's turn, and we'll get back to Torg in a second. But we are then going to go to the surprise round here with Reaper as that massive explosion goes off, and you know that you've probably alerted quite a lot of the people in here at the moment.
Yeah, do you get a full round, so movement and everything?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
full extra turn.
I will move here, and I will say Toppa, and every from the stones, vines with thorns will start to grow as I cast spike growth. Right here. Actually, no. Can I still move that? It needs to go a bit more down. So Rafer is not in the radius, or Rafer. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. You can
no,
you can place it.
I'm in the radius. That's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'll stop trying.
no worries. I will use my bonus action to phase step and teleport back to where I was.
Okay.
Phase step. Here it is.
Yeah, so you see these spikes coming out of the walls, out of the ceilings, just everywhere there were roots around here. You've now pulled them out, and these thorns have made this place very, very, a lot less cheerful, as they are now all kind of tangled up in here.
Yes. And every time they move 5 feet, they take 2d4 piercing damage, and it is regarded as difficult terrain.
Yeah, no, they all definitely they suddenly, you hear them all shouting expletives and asking what the fuck just happened, as they all seem stuck around the table. But that is your surprise round, and then when we go into the first round, Torg, I'm going to ask you to please roll for initiative as well, just so that we can come back to you. But you can roll, and you'll be in on the next round, as you will hear this explosion going off as well when from where you are. And I can move you back to where you actually are. so you can roll with your real token.
Yeah, I can see it. Forgot where the initiative is. There you go. It hasn't been this long. To remember the initiative.
You can just roll in the.
Oh, there it is. I'm an idiot.
Okay, cool. So then at the top of the round, we're actually going to start on that side up at the top where, as this explosion goes off, all the bandits are just like everything goes quiet for a second. Even the squirrel stops shouting as they all look towards the door. And then the squirrel suddenly picks up. He goes, "Ha, ha, ha, I told you they were coming. Oh, you're in for it now, boy. An army of Valkyries at my service." And he starts like cackling maniacally as the guy next to him is going to kick um, at the cage, just trying to shut him up. And you'll hear them issuing commands to go and find out whatever the hell that was. But you are still in the cage at this point with
And
a
I would
pseudo
like
dragon.
Yeah, I would like to wait out to see how many will leave before doing anything.
Yeah, I mean you'll have to wait till their turn, but it seems like they're only
Yeah.
sending one guy.
Then I'll skip my turn, I guess. For now.
Okay, so you are waiting there as Iradia. We go to you.
Well, let's see. There. Mm-hmm. The time. Yes, it is time. We still have a. Weird. Where did that funny sphere go?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
The foundry might have thought that it just lasts until the start of your next turn, so just cast it again without a spell slot instead. Or I can just put one down there.
Perfect. Let's just be extra evil with it. Just move it there. And then, because I want to use it, let's see if I can find the feature. It is time. Just summon the wild spirit. Yay.
Oh, that you should be able to summon with your companion manager. Okay, yeah, so this guy is just what does it look like as the flaming sphere and the wildfire spirit just consume this man in flames?
Well, what he sees is like he most likely have dragged a lot of foxes. So when this little flame just takes the what's called like the shape of a fox and just engulfs him, like just bites into him, like that's how it is.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna hide the extra. Well, if it disappears again, we'll just use this.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me let's stay there just in case they're gonna run there. At least then, yeah. And I my turn. Bring us to yes.
Yeah, refund. You can see these guys are probably actually quite trapped in here where we've. They may be able to cut themselves out, but they look very stuck.
Huh. Do I see the man that is right here? Do I actually see him, or
Yeah, if he's showing up in your vision, then yeah, you can just
I can
sort of see him.
barely see him? I will use the thorn whip to snatch him and, or at least try to. My cantrip. So
Yeah, go for it.
attack roll.
You can see him. He can't see you.
14.
That hits.
He takes 7 points of damage and he's dragged up to 10 feet closer to me. So he
This guy's like sitting at the table trying to figure out why he's covered in these thorny vines, and then just suddenly one of them, what does it look like as it pulls him out of the view of all the others and kills him as it wrenches him through all of it.
he also takes another 12 points of damage as he's
Yeah,
dragged.
that I assumed. He's very dead. So he just gets minced
Oh my
as you
god.
pull him back.
Oh my god.
And I cast with my bonus action Shillelagh on my staff, which is also another cantrip, but it's a bonus action.
Bonus action cantrip. Cool. Yeah, we really haven't seen any druid.
It is not showing up in my spell list on my character sheet, but I do have it on D&D Beyond.
It's just because they're not prepared on your character sheet. You can just right click
Here.
because I can see you've got Druid Graph, Guidance, and Shillelagh that are not.
You don't ignore the roll.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
If I
Damn.
smack someone with it, but it is Shillelagh.
Yeah, if you double click your sheet, you should be able.
Yeah.
There, I've just prepared it now to show. You can prepare the others. So I think you keep all your cantrips prepared, don't you?
Yeah, I should.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So is that your turn?
Yes. Should be.
Okay, so that is going to take us to their turn as the berserker here sees the guy in front of him just get pulled back into the vines, and he'll go and say, "Damn it, you idiots! We're under attack!" And he's going to go into a rage as he starts trying to rip his way through these vines.
It is difficult terrain.
So he pushes his way through here, but he is going to move that you can roll. So there was 3 times. There was 15 feet that he moved.
So that is 64. And he's going to take half of that because he's raging. So 9 points of piercing damage as he is moving through.
Okay, so yeah, he takes 9 as he gets up there, and then he will see you, and he is going to dash to get through the rest of it as you just see him rage charging, and you can roll another 2 of them.
So 4d4, let's see. 5 points of piercing. That's already halved.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you see he's got a couple of cuts and scratches, but he is running at you with menace as the others try and climb their way out. Okay, I'm just going to ask for it once for these guys. As these are minions, so they'll be moving through. Oh no, they're not. So that's 10. Yeah, he can get to here, this guy, but he will move 15 as well, so you can roll another.
13 points of piercing damage.
Okay, you see him trying to cut through, but he just, like, one of those thorns just hooks his neck as he walks through, and you see it cut him, and he just puts a hand up to his neck, but he just immediately starts bleeding out, and he kind of passes out dead. He did not make it all the way to you.
My
The
God.
others. Yeah, actually, the others have got too far to try and go, so I'll just apply that because they can all only move 15. So we'll all take 30, which is enough to kill them all.
Yes.
So as they try and escape, you just hear screaming coming from the other room as they get all tangled up in these thorns, and it does not end well for any of them. Meanwhile, on the other side, these guys join the fight. Did I not actually? Okay, so the guy that was commanded is going to run out of there, and he is going to call over one of his buddies to join him. Yeah. So he starts rushing that way, and you hear a couple of voices as he's dashing. And yeah, you just sort of hear arguments on the other side as one of the other guys tries to follow after him, but he's just moving across this room. Okay. That is all they can do on their turn. On the captain's turn, he is going to just say, "Someone shut that bloody squirrel up and hold this position. They won't make it all the way here." And he is going to ready an action as he just looks towards the door, and he picks up that dagger again, gets ready to throw it if anyone walks through. But he is not looking. He's looking over the cage that you are in. Torg, what would you like to do?
Yeah, let me just make sure it's might be an action to do what I want. Yeah, it's an action to shape myself. Oh wait.
Transforming back is a bonus action.
Yeah, but shape self, I think that's a special.
Yeah, let's see. Well, that's the
Yeah, it's a bonus action for the like a vine, but an action for the full transformation. So I'll say I'll allow you to make one of those moves here because you didn't do anything on the last turn, and it's already getting quite late. So I'll give you an extra action to try and do that.
Okay, I don't have to do anything. I just so you say it's a bonus action to revert to the previous form. Sorry, I was just reading. What did you say?
Yeah, I was saying I'll allow that as a free action to do one of those things because you didn't do anything on the last turn. So
Then
yeah,
I'll just it's a free action. Drop my wild, and because I can squeeze through holes as big as 1 inch, I just like the one just slither through, and I am reformed.
the guy drops his knife that he was about to throw. He just like recoils in horror as Yeah, none of them are expecting that at all.
With her and Bloom.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, you want that thing?
Accidentally screwed the pool. Yeah, it didn't do it properly. Do I remove it now? I just my push talk button is on my mouse and I just placed it here.
Can move it. Why are they suddenly?
That's just because for some reason I cannot see his room. So I just placed that extra token there, so I have a camera there.
You know what? No, I'll leave it here, and I can choose who to hit. So I will not hit the fairy dragon and the Macau. I just hit the 3 enemies.
Okay, sorry. What is it that you cast?
Wither and Bloom.
And you said you don't hit the fairy dragon or the.
I do not. I get to choose who I target.
Cool. Okay, undo those. Uh, what is? Oh, they made their saves there. Doesn't look so good.
It's
So
not
what
as
is the
shit as I
effect?
thought. They take 5 necrotic damage and half on a success. And an ally can heal, but there are no allies in the area there.
Did one of them die there for you?
Not that I can see, no.
Okay, that's weird. It's saying he's dead in the chat, but it doesn't seem to be affecting it.
I didn't say no that someone died. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, it seems to just be lagging. But the guy between the two cages up at the top is dead. The other two are, well, the one is badly hurt, and the captain is barely hurt.
It's a bonus action to shift into a dire wolf.
All right.
Not sure why it is rolling, but there we go. I used the wild shape. Maybe because I can heal with it, maybe? I can expend spell slots to heal, I think. Yeah, I can expend spell slots to heal.
Hey, it works.
Yay! But this is all I can do.
Okay. But yes, now they're in the room with the direwolf, and they're all starting to panic. As we go back to your idea. Your idea? You there?
Oh, it's me.
You forgot your own name.
And then, like, yeah, because I was like, I was so focused on that. Let's see.
Okay, but hold on. This guy, I was gonna say, he's not actually invisible.
No, I'm not invisible. It's just it affects all of my tokens when I turn myself invisible. It's basically just to act as a camera and just to indicate I'm not really there, which, yeah, the same reason why I placed myself there. Let's move here. Well, he looks dead. Let's do a pro move. This is a door that can be closed, right?
It's kind of broken a little bit as he just got smashed through it, but yeah, it can be closed.
Well, didn't I close it? Uses Druidcraft on it. Just to try to fix it. So it works. Move myself here. And let's see here, just because I can't. Okay, I cannot move the sphere. Oh, maybe it's another. Oh, it's another layer. Just gonna move it up here to block the exit. That's the bonus action. And that's pretty much all I can do.
And the wildfire spirit?
It will just dodge, since it's the only action it can take unless I command it to do anything.
All right, Reva.
Yeah, I'm a bit in a predicament. Hmm. I guess as an action, I will hit the berserker with my now shillelagh staff. Or attempt to at least 18 to hit.
That hits.
Uh, 12 points of bludgeoning damage, which is reduced to 6. He's raging.
Yeah.
Bonus action, I'll use Phase Step again. And move up here. Yeah, okay, a point I can see, so that would be there. And then use my movement to move here, I suppose. And that's my turn.
Okay.
And
This.
my concentration, because it is might as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then on his turn, he is going to charge down the corridor after you. He didn't actually see you teleport there, so the first thing he sees is your deer. And he is going to make 3 melee attacks. So 24 to hit on the first one. Oh, I think it may have. Oh no, it's because there's 3 tokens.
Yeah.
20 on that one.
No more flaming sphere. Sadness.
Oh, no. Oh, my.
Not good.
That was supposed to block everybody.
And he's going to see Reaver there and take the last one against him. Oh, 23.
Yeah, that hits. spells.
Oh, lucky you. For only 6 damage there. The big hits seem to go to your friend next to you, but you're both still alive. That is the end of his turn. As he is screaming with rage. Oh, actually, oh no, it does add. I was going to say, I think that may have been enough. But yeah, you've just felt this axe cleave down into your back as this man seems very angry. And the god that was sleeping wakes up and tries to attack your wildfire spirit. What? Okay, hold on. He didn't actually roll to hit. That was weird. Okay, but he rolled a 19, so he does 7 points of slashing damage there. To the wildfire spirit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think your wildfire spirit's only got 5 hit points.
It got 5 plus 5 times my level, which would mean it would have 25. I'm not sure why it says only 5.
Yeah, I think because it hadn't worked out with that. It's some kind of effect. Man, Foundry's in the mood. Yeah, I can't seem to affect its hit points for some reason. It says it's being modified by an active effect. What active effect? Like,
Good question. What active effect?
actually, yeah, that's weird. It had registered how much hit points. It's very weird. Oh God, okay. Okay, there. I found a workaround. Then the other guys, the rest of these minions are going to get brought this direction. As you can hear them piling into the area behind, and we go to the top of the round with the bandit captain and some of these guys that are now running around and they are going in for the direwolf. Oh, 21 to hit. And a 19. So he slashes at you once, he catches you once with the scimitar and stabs you with his dagger. As his minions begin to surround you, this guy jumps over the table, they're all swarming. Yeah, okay. So these guys are all just trying to charge up on you, and then they're going to make their group attack. Oh, 18. Okay. So that was 15 points of damage to you there as they all just run in and start hacking at you with their axes. But we go to your turn then, Talk.
I'm trying to figure out if I can heal my turn or because I shapeshifted I cannot. I can expend a spell slot to heal, I'm just not sure I can do it in this form.
I mean, you can't cast spells,
It's
but
not a
that may
spell.
be a different thing. Yeah.
It just says you can use bonus action to expend one spell slot to gain 1d8 per spell slot expended.
Yeah, sure. So you can do it this time at least.
And I expend the second level one and heal for 11 hit points. And I'll attempt to bite one of them. I hit.
It hits, and these are minions, so oh, it is enough to hit both of them. Actually, you can kill that one and the one next.
Can I wait? It's a bite attack. I thought of maybe to try to push them against the cage and maybe break it, but I think it's
Yeah, I mean, you said you were biting that one, and you've done enough damage to kill the guy next to him. So I'd say you could throw him into the cage, because that the squirrel is also chanting like, "Good doggy, no, let me out here." So yeah, you can definitely try and do that. But I'll say, give me an athletics check to try and actually break the cage with it.
nope.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he crunches down on the cage and sort of flips over the side of it. But yeah, you can see the squirrel up on the cage just rattling it, trying to get it free.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Oh, sorry. It is Yoridia.
Yes. I have the perfect plan. Maybe. As I'm just basically just focusing like my hands and just pointing them out towards him, towards the sky. And let's see if it can target. Seems it can. I cast Ember. Searing Ignite. Oh! Holy shit, it works! It works! And the best thing is, he's blinded by it. Because he failed. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So 1 point of fire damage, but that's
Wait.
to his eyeball.
What? How can
It's
it be
3.
1? Because, like, 1d8
It
plus
It
2.
didn't add the 2.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
so
3 fire damage.
He's blind. That is good. Now do I... Yes. And then I'm gonna have the fire spirit use its... Yeah, let's actually see.
Flaming seed.
Nope. I'm gonna have it fierce teleportation, since that way I can damage these here if they fail. A deck save that is. Funny enough, it does not say that. Let's
Yes,
see.
your spell
Yeah.
save DC, which should be 13 from your
Yeah,
previous spell.
so yeah, 13.
Yeah, sorry, I had to kind of rush make these that thing for you, so I didn't set it all up properly. But deck save. Oh, okay, they do make it as this explosion of flame. You see them put up their shields, and it is not able to hurt them much.
Well, and now. Yes. Let's risk it. Moving out of this guy's range,
Is blind.
meaning he cannot take an opportunity attack, which is great.
He's swinging wildly, but not at you. He can't see shit.
Then opens the door, interact action, and let's see if I can get. Why does it say? Oh, I just have to move there. Just getting. Yeah, the ultimate move. Hiding.
Okay. Yeah, that's the exact opposite of the prompt again. But yes, you managed to get in there. Guy's blind and
Yeah.
can be easily flanked here, as you see the wildfire spirit is behind him.
Yes, and that.
Huh. I am going to also move away, run through the door.
Close it.
I will first cast another spike growth. Right here. And then I close the door. And I move further this way. And end my turn.
Okay. Does it say anything about how flammable the spikes are? Yeah, no, you'd have to make them flammable.
Wait a sec. Oh, you
No,
want?
you have to pour oil on them or some shit. I'm not just
do
letting
you
spike with it.
do you know that I have an alchemist jug that has oil in it,
Well, I look forward to seeing it.
and I have the grease spell, so I could also make the Melon's, what's called Melina's meat grinder. That's a really nasty spell combo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally here for it. But this guy is going to keep running forward and trying to swing. He's cutting through a lot of those branches, but he moves another 15 feet before he hits a table and like collapses over. He can't see what he's doing.
Another 15 feet is another 64. 19 halved. Because he's still raging.
Yeah, he is bleeding profusely as he's just screaming, and yeah, you can hear some reluctance from the other guys as they see the screaming, and some of them try and back out of these thorns, but they are all fully stuck in there. So they are each going to move 10 feet.
10,
Yeah, 10 feet through the thing.
44, coming right up. 13 points of damage to each of them.
Okay, that's enough to kill two of them.
Spiky finds are nasty.
Yeah, especially when you're in a tight tunnel.
Yes.
Okay, but they do manage to get out of the zone here, as they are yeah, both bleeding profusely, the two that have survived here. And I think that's everyone around here. So we go up to the top. Oh wait, that is. Oh, that was one of these guys actually. So he is going to try and go around actually. Oh, but he just used his movement. Never mind. So up to the captain, who's facing off against this dire wolf. His buddies on the other side are not able to give him the flanking anymore. And he is going to just try and push you back with his scimitar as an attack. Oh,
And
okay.
that drops the wild shape.
So yeah, that last hit will revert you.
Yep.
We undo it. Oh crap! Was it taking from the right hit pool there?
Yeah, I have 31 as a character. As a
Oh, okay.
or
Okay. Well, it is going to go to your turn as I'm going to figure out how to unwild shape you. I'll give the minions an attack after your turn.
well, I'm going to AoE them again, so I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
want to
any of
wait
them.
up here.
Oh, there we go. There's a pretty easy button for it actually. Never mind. So yeah, I'll give these. I'll let these guys move in then.
Yeah, I don't think I should be prone.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't be. You should just be normal.
No, it's just because it knocked you unconscious,
Yeah.
so it automatically put you. But they start surrounding you, and they'll all take swings with their axes. Ooh, 25 to hit you.
Yeah, that checks out.
Okay, that is 10 slashing damage as these axes come bearing down into you. Yeah, they're dangerous in numbers. But that takes us to your turn.
Wither and bloom.
This guy's there too. Actually, no. Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic damage.
Okay, I don't know why it's asking for save from you, but
Because
their saves are
I'm
terrible.
technically also targeted. I just don't take damage. I
It's
heal
just
up
because you're the only one that actually showed up in that thing. What is your DC? I think one of them
15.
passed.
One
Yeah,
pass. Yeah. Whopping 4 necrotic damage.
Well, but you take 4 healing though.
No, it's not 4. It's 1d8 plus 5.
Uh,
sorry, how much?
No, 4 necrotic damages. I can just also heal from it, and I get 10 HP back. as I withered them and bloomed myself.
Nice. Okay, very nice. So yeah, none of them are actually killed by that, because it wasn't much damage, but
Yeah.
they are all affected as you just see the life draining from them. The one up on the table is looking like he's about to fall over onto you.
Oh, that's me. I might need to head out soon. It is getting fairly late.
Yeah, we will be done within the next 10 minutes. Yeah, I was hoping we'd get into combat way earlier, but you know, that's how these things go. Doesn't matter. Yoradia, it is your turn.
Well, first of all, I don't feel so good. So I start cauterizing myself. Let's see if it heals me or if it damages me. It heals me. I move here because it states I need to see doing this. It is time to burn the guy. As I use this guy. No, wait a second. Yeah, let's see. First, I move it here and then just. Wait. No, that's bad idea because then I get it there.
Okay, yeah, he got that one.
Is he dead?
No.
Close to it.
And sadly, I just go away. The door is open since I don't have more actions.
No worries.
And that is it. Wait, actually. No, wait, he's blind. He's fucking blind. Ah, no, you know what? I'm actually gonna. Let's see. Just gonna stay here because the blinding condition ends the second I am there. So, yeah.
And it ends when?
When I end my turn, the blinding condition ends because he fails. Yeah. And since I already. But first. No. Let's just hope he's stupid enough. And we move to our other druid friend.
Okay, so I move up so I can see where's the berserker dude.
You can
Ah,
just sort of see the wildfire spirit attacking something.
I can't see him. Shit.
Yeah, he's right in the corner. He's probably going to have to move into the spike growth area or drop that.
Oh, well, I am unaffected by.
Oh yeah. Well, by difficult terrain, I don't think that stops you
Yeah,
from
yeah.
being.
I still get damage. So
Yeah.
I move here. Can I see him? No. So that is 2d4. 44 damage to myself. Okay, not too bad. Did I? Yes, I remain concentrating. I am going to use my action to Thorn Whip the man. which will be a 16 to hit.
16 just misses, unfortunately.
Well, that's my turn then.
Although I think you've got advantage because
Do I?
He's no wait. He's no longer blind.
yeah, but fair enough. I'll give you cinematic advantage just to see
Sure.
because it's so close to the end of the session.
Then it's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
It'll be 10 points of piercing
Ooh,
damage,
nice.
and he is dragged up to 10 feet closer to me, so that is another. Let's see here.
And I'll say
10 points of.
you can also roll Yorodir. You can roll an extra 2d4 fire because it gets pulled through the wildfire spirit.
I think he's already dead.
Not quite.
He needs
wait,
to
how
die.
much-
He needs to burn.
Was it a 20 total there?
It is 10 plus 10, yeah, so it's 20 total,
Okay.
halved to 10.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it wouldn't have been enough without the fire, actually, but with it, that is enough to finish him off. As yeah, what does it look like as you finish him?
He's ripped to shreds, and when I'm ripping into shreds, all his wounds are cauterized, so yeah. More than 80% of his body would be burned by the fire spirit and full of cuts as he falls
Yeah.
to the floor. And I
What
end
a way to go.
concentration.
Wait.
I end my concentration and thereby also my turn.
Okay. So as you end your turn, that guy is dead. However, these guys are not. He says, "Oh no, boss!" And he comes running through. And
The wildfire spirit too.
oh, I missed that one. But yeah, he can actually get around it. But when he gets to about here, actually, he's going to see. Well, he can sort of see both, but he'll make an attack against Yorodir. Okay, that's a 12 on the first one. And then he will actually move into this space as he walks over his boss. The wildfire spirit will get an attack of opportunity, but there's another guy running.
Well,
Ooh, okay. Right. Yeah, so this guy, as he tries to shoot you, your wildfire spirit just takes.
He knows exactly that the thing needs to burn.
And then a 16 to hit.
Yeah. And I don't think it's an elemental attack.
Okay, that is 7 points of damage to you there. Okay, and then we are going to. Yeah, I think we're actually going to have to finish things here because I know it is getting late for everyone. But I guess we're going to have to come back and wrap this up next week. Of course, once again, I've bitten off more than we could chew, but for some reason didn't expect you to stealth that long.
I can do another round. It will maybe. Actually, I don't think I can kill them all here, even with one extra round.
We just need a spike growth. We just need spike growth and then
What
send
hell
them
they're not
flying.
moving.
Yeah, there's still quite a bit here. I think let's come back to it fresh because then we can actually go through, like, if you do manage to kill them all, saving creatures and stuff as well. Because
Okay.
but yeah, I thank you guys for that. Hope you did enjoy that. My God, this is looking bloody already. But
Welcome to Druids, man.
Imagine that, like, it worked exactly as I planned. With that flaming spirit. I love it so much.
Let's just say I have more